Good morning.
Good morning.
So good morning. Today this is a continuation of your theory part, right? So this is not your practical. Practical will be on the continuation will be on Thursday, right? So today we are going to have a discussion on organizational communication. So we have different type of communication in different occasions, right? Communication is the basic thing when we are contacting the people or anything else, right? So good communication, proper communication is communication skill. And other than that, they expect some other qualification, right? Leadership, working with a group like that. They will, those are the part of communication skill, right? Working with the group, flexible with the group like that. They will expect. Why? Because that skill is more important to run a organization successfully, right? You are going and you are doing your work and coming back to home is not good, right? So when you are communicating with the people in the organization, you will have more success. And if there is any problem in the organization, you can able to contact, right? So likewise, many things will happen by the communication. So today we are going to have some basic ideas about how to communicate in the organization, right? Mainly related to agriculture related, extension related organization. First of all, tell me about the organization. What are the types of organization you can classify? So based on many factors, you can classify the organization, right? So if you classify according to the field, you can classify it is a technology organization, agriculture organization, food organization like that, right? And can you tell me some types of organization? Okay. NGOs, good. So usually we are having, these are the main or the major types of organization, that is government organization, non-government organization, yes, private organization. So can you differentiate these three things? What is the government organization? Let me tell some examples for government organization. First, you should differentiate the organization type, right? What are the examples of government organization? There are administrative organizations, technical organization, management, agriculture-related organization, irrigation, educational organizations. Like there are many types. Yeah, cooperatives. What are the government organization? I need some response from you, right? You have to know government organization, an organization or institute that providing services, and it is controlled by the government, right? If it is in Sri Lanka, the Sri Lankan government will be the acting body or the controlling body for that organization, right? The state will be responsible for that organization. In the government organization also, there are some classifications, some semi-government organization, fully government, like that. There are many organizations. Right? So tell me some examples. Government organization. Nobody knows. Is it able to audible? My voice, is it audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Clear, right? Yeah, tell me some organization. Government organizations, you don't know. I need some responses from you. Tell me some examples of government organizations, at least in the chat. Yeah, yeah, hospitals, technical colleges, post office. Okay, good. Ministry of Education. Yeah, like that. There are many government organizations, and then non-government. Okay, let me have private organization. What are these private organizations? So that is owned by private people, or that is not governed by the government or state of that particular country. So tell me some private organization in Sri Lanka, private companies or private banks. You should differentiate banks. There are government banks and private banks, right? Private organization. CIC, Nestle, okay. Examples are very much important. That's why I'm asking. Okay, Haley's, private campus, okay, private universities, private pharmacy. So there are pharmacy. Normally, everything we have state one and we have private one. If it is a pharmacy, we have state pharmacy, right? Also, state one, and we have the private pharmacies. Yeah, commercial bank, mass apparel, LSAG technology, like that. Many private organization. You know the private organization, right? Yes, Airtel, Dialog. Then what about the non-governmental organization? Let me tell some examples. NGOs. Some NGOs in Sri Lanka. Red Cross, okay. World Vision, okay. Chile Vision Institute. I didn't heard about this NGO. JICA, that is not NGO. JICA is not an NGO, I think. British Council is not NGO. These UNICEF, those are the international organization, right? So NGO means this Red Cross, this World Vision, Save the Children, those are NGOs, right? Okay, then these are the differences. So normally when you go for a job vacancy or like that, you can find different vacancy from different sectors. Some are from government, some from non-government, some are from the private organization, and their requirement is also different, right? So normally in the government job vacancy, you can find they will ask for some degree, and they will hold a general examination, right? And they will recruit the people. After that, they will be having a interview, and after that recruiting. But in the private organization, usually what is that they will call a direct interview by streaming or extracting the best quality people, and they will recruit them. There are different types, right? And non-government, that is some kind of different. You need to apply, and they will select the most suitable, right? Their qualification and their kind of expectation responsibilities are much different and quite longer. So this is about organization. And then we are talking about communication. Communication here, it is a simple, it's a complex process which is essential in organization to carry out various activities, including decision making. So, main target or main purpose of communication in an organization is decision making. So, decision making in many ways, that may be for a organization improvement, or sometimes for customer improvement, or for marketing. For different purposes we have decision making, right? We will make different decision for having different discussion, right? So normally every organization, they will be having a meeting session, right? Monthly or weekly there is a meeting, and there you can talk about the different issues. So they will meet for making some decision. So in that you'll be having, you can express your view. If you are working in a company and you are having the meeting, you can express the view, or you can tell your point of view. Then after they will discuss with every people and they will get a decision. So decision making is the main target of having a communication. Why it is a complex process? Because different people have different ideas, but the decision is one, right? So we have to think about every side and we need to decide on the benefit of the organization or carry out the work conveniently. It is an interactive process of transmitting some information through an appropriate channel by one party to another and getting a feedback. So what is a feedback? Feedback means, what is the feedback means what? Getting a feedback. Communication, so it is an interactive process. Interactive means, yeah, replying the feelings of participant. Good. So interactive means when I am talking to you, right? This is a communication. So let me take this as an, yeah, feedback means comments. So we will consider this as an example. I am teaching or I am discussing on this communication topic, and I am conveying some messages to you now through this Zoom communication channel. So our communication channel is this internet, or you can say Zoom app. And what about the feedback from you is really 1% of feedback is only I'm getting, because I'm communicating or I'm passing some information to you and I'm waiting for your responses. That is the feedback, right? So I'm waiting for your responses or your ideas or whatever thing, good or bad thing, I'm waiting for you. But you didn't give me a feedback. Only one or two people giving me a feedback. So this is a kind of what? A poor communication, right? Talking from or getting the information from one side without having a feedback is really a wasteful, or the communication is incomplete. I don't know how many of you are interested in this communication, right? I don't know how many of you are doing really participating in the meeting, or you are just on the class and you just go for another work, or I don't know whether you understand or not like that. I don't fix my communication is 100% fruitful, right? Whenever you are giving some feedback to me only, I can decide, okay, the people can understand this one and they didn't understand about this one. So I need to discuss that one again. So like that, I can able to decide whether my communication is okay or not. Without any response, I can't decide, right? So this is how in the organization also, when it is an interacting process, some people say there is a manager in the organization, he is going to transmit some information to his uh, workers, right, or his junior workers. Then the junior workers should give some feedback on that information. right? Like that, the feedback means the getting back to the communication, right? So normally, according to some research findings, there is about 80% or 78% of activities managers do are related to communication. So the position manager, normally there are manager in the farm manager, bank manager, there are managers in different field. The position, right? So the work for the role of manager in an organization is mainly, that means nearly 80% of the work of a manager is what? Communicating with the people. Imagine that you are when entering into the bank. Normally, the bank manager's work is not to handling any cash or no any other works. Mainly, he will communicate with the people. Sometimes we have any some problem in the account, or we need to get some anything, we need to contact the manager, right? If we are getting some fixed amount or withdrawal or like that big issues, we need to contact with the manager. Manager's work is 80% of communicating with the people, communicating with the customers, communicating with the co-workers, or communicating with their higher officials, right? So he is acting as a person transforming the information from his higher officers to the lower officers. The lower officers means the people working under him, right? Sometimes there is a problem in the workers who working under him. He should transfer the information to higher officers or reporting them. That is how he is working. Also, he need to communicate with the other people like customers or the organization similar to that, the bank to bank or bank to other organization like bank to police station, bank to an administrative body like that. His duty is to communicating with the people, with different type of people, not only with the co-workers. He may be communicate with the officers who working under him, sometimes high officers, sometimes customers, some other organizational leaders like that. Different kind of people will be communicating by the manager. So the managerial post is like that. So that is why when there is a recruitment of manager. Recruitment means appointing a new manager to the organization. The organization will expect some qualities from the manager. So their main qualification is whatever you are having a degree, whatever achievements, they should testing your communication skill, right? You are fluent in the language, right? If it is in Sri Lanka, they will ask for fluency in English and your mother language, or sometimes additional language will be advantage. And they will asking for your a past experience that is showing your communication skill, right? So they will look for good communication skill for the manager level, right? Then communication can take many different forms and it ranges from face-to-face verbal communication to e-conference. So nowadays we are facilitated with different kind of communication. In the past days, mostly communication is face to face, right? But nowadays, due to the technology and the global changes, we are accustomed to have some meetings on e-platform like Zoom or any other digital media. We will have some meeting, and that is running successfully. Even though there are some limitation on that. When we are having the physical or face-to-face verbal communication and digital platform, there are some limitation in the digital platform, right? But that is also running 90% successfully, and people are accustomed to those kind of meetings and communication medias, right? So in some way, like in the cost and the situation. So it is really a cost friendly. So if you have an interview in some other country like London, or you are having an interview from India, you don't need to travel to the way. You can have a e-conference. So if nowadays, the crisis situation in Sri Lanka, if you have any interview in Colombo head office, but you are residing in some other far away from Colombo, they will arrange for a e-interview, right? So you can attend that from your home. So likewise, the technology is developed, right? So the communication can take many different forms. So the situation of work from home, right? Work from home is a good example. So the people are working from home. So if it is a company, normally the manager will call for a meeting. So you should attend from your home. So that is a kind of e-conference or e-meeting, right? A thorough understanding of communication is essential for a manager. So that's why I said the manager role is a crucial one, and it is important to have good communication skill. So usually the manager, if a company is want to recruiting a person as a manager, they will look for some experience, at least 3 year experience is basic qualification, because whatever the qualification you are having or good communication, the experience of working in a company is much important. Whatever the role, you are working in a company and you have some experience, only you can be a manager, because communication will be developed from that experience, right? That is about the communication part. And another thing is the socialization, right? So socialization, it is a process by which a new recruit learns the norms of the organization which he or she is entering. So this is the part when assume you are a new recruit or new person, and you have selected for a company like Prima company, you have selected as an agricultural trainee for a company. Now you are going to enter the company. You should know some basic rules or what is happening in the company, so that you need to socialize to that company, because they have some norms means they have some unwritten rules, or you need to behave like that. So they will have some things, so you need to follow those things to have in the organization. So if you want to be in the organization, you need to follow those norms, right? So if it is a company, you should follow the timing, right? The company may start at 8:30 and 4:15 schedule. You should maintain that one. You should enter before 8:30 and leave by 4:50. If there is a fingerprint system, you should maintain that time. Then your roles, right? When you are new to a company, you should know what are the sections available in the company. Then after, you should know what are happening in every section and what is your role in that company, right? And you should know the some other things they will follow. You should follow those things like that. Normally when you know about anything, people recruiting, they will go for a probationary or a temporary position for a certain period in order to understand the organization and socializing with the organization. After that, your permanency or they will recruit you as a permanent officer, right? This is most of the organization following this kind of things, because sometimes some people may fail to socialize or fail to uh, follow the norms of the organization. Then the organization had the right to dismiss that person, right? Because organization, their target is to achieving their goals, right? Not your goals. So if you are not same in that view, you will be removed from that placed, right? So for that, the following are to be learned. So if you are recruited as a new person to that company, you should learn some things, right? So first of all, the basic goals of the organization. So right, there are some every company and every organization they are having some vision, mission, and there are some goals, right? Right? Every organization, government organization, because whatever we are doing, we should have an objective. Then only we can travel with that objective, right? So the objective means there is a vision for a company and there is a mission. So, do you know the vision for our organization? That means University of Jaffna. Anybody knows what is the vision? Anybody knows vision? Why we are running? What is the vision of our university? Anybody knows? Yeah, to produce well-educated, good citizen. That is a general thing, right? General thing. There is a specific vision. So you can search, right? Our from the university website, you can search our vision. So the vision is the to be a leading center of excellence in teaching, learning, research and innovation, scholarship and community engagement, right? This is the vision of our university. That means to be a leading center means our institution should be providing leading in the teaching, learning, right? Teaching, then learning, then research and innovation, Finally, we are going to do some research and innovation and scholarship. The scholarship means the funding and community engagement. That means that is our subject, agriculture, extension and communication. When we are reaching to the community, how we can reach the community means for our organization, community engagement means engaging with the farmer, engaging with the organization and rendering some services to our people, right? So that is the vision of our university. Likewise, for our faculty, there is a vision, right? Because we have some specific objective to be achieved. So every organization, so if you are starting an organization, you should have a vision and mission. Then only you will be running along with that vision. We should have an objective or goal, right? Then only we can achieve that one, or we can at least try for that. So likewise, if you are recruited, there are some basic goals of the organization. So you should follow that. Or first, you should learn what are the goals I have to follow, or what are the goals of this organization, right? Sometimes, normally, private companies they will be having the vision as maximum profit or maximum production or environmental friendly, like that they will have different kind of goals. So you should maintain that one. Sometimes they will be saying that zero plastic, like that, so you should follow. Then preferred means by which these goals are achieved. So first you should set the goals, then you have to know what are the ways we can get that goal, or how can we achieve the goals, right? What are the ways? The next one is role of the recruit. Role of the recruit means you are the recruit, right? Recruit means the person who newly appointed for that company. You are an agriculture trainee, you are recruited for that role. So you should know what are the role. Normally when they are calling for an interview, they will assign some, or they will expect some roles and responsibilities from you. So they will list like that: good communication skill, leadership qualities, expert in Microsoft Office, and what else? There are different kind of roles they will expect from you. Communicating, coordinating with the group members, flexible and punctual, like that they will ask for you, and they will set some roles for your position, because every position in an organization have different roles. Manager have different role, junior manager have different role, and trainee means, trainee is also we can say as intern, the person who is getting some training from there. So the normally trainee is a temporary work or some working for some period, and the trainee will get exposure of the job activities from an organization. Normally they will be not they will be having some kind of exposure in every field, right? I told you, right? You will be having in the third year second semester, you are having a course industrial training. You will be going for an industry as an intern or trainee. You will be getting some exposure from that organization, how the organization working, what are the departments there, how can you improve, and what they are doing for their profit, like that you will be getting the knowledge about it. So that is the role, right? The role of the person. Behavior required for effective performance of the role. So our work is to effectively, we have to have our performance, right? So that what are the behavior we should develop. Sometimes we may be grown up with some reserved or silent behavior, but if we want to have, if you are appointed as a sales officer means you will be having some products, you should sell those products to the people. So certainly you should have some communication skill. You should approach different people, right? Different people, and you should have some marketing techniques. So you have to improve yourself to exposing to the different people. When you are a salesperson, you are selling some goods or you are advertising. Normally, nobody will buy, but you should have some technique to attract the people towards your products. You maybe develop some communication skill or advertising skill. You should follow some strategies, right? So those things you should develop. So those are the behavior for the effective performance, right? Principles related to maintaining the identity of the organization. So this is another important thing. Usually the private organization, some government organization, they will like to have some identity of the organization. Identity means they will maintain a brand, or they will have some uniqueness in their organization. So if it is a university, the university in Sri Lanka, the best university, a state university will be Peradeniya. Why that is, they will maintain certain identity for that university, their education standard, there are certain qualification, right? So people, the environment of the university, the climatic condition, the qualification. So likewise, they will maintain. Likewise, for a private institute, they will be having certain identity. Sometimes, if it is a government, the government, they will be having some particular kind of dress or colors, right? Normally, if it, the garments, right, that is located near to our premises, there are two garments, right? Tell me about some identity maintenance done by those garments. How can you identify this garment and the people working garment? How they are maintaining their identity? Garments, right? Nobody is talking. We are studying communication, but you are not communicating with me. Nobody knows garments? Yes. How they are maintaining? No? Nobody observed? Yeah, their uniform. They are having their separate uniform. If there is blue and green, right? Yeah, official outfits. Normally, in the banks also they will be having. Normally, private banks they will be having certain colors. So if it is BOC, right, Bank of Ceylon, what is the color they normally use? If it is a commercial bank,
Blue color.
blue color. If it is a Bank of Ceylon, that is a yellow color. Ceylon Bank, they are using a maroon color. So likewise, that is a kind of an identity. So whenever, if it is a commercial bank, when they are producing some diaries or their bank book or their uniform, their bank buildings, everything, they will maintain that particular blue color. Likewise, the companies too. If it is a salon bank, the people working, they will wear the maroon color dresses. Even the normal dresses, they will wear, I observe, right? They will wear maroon color sarees or maroon color shirt like that. They will maintain that color, maroon. So likewise, that is a kind of an outfit. So if you are working in the commercial, if it is a salon bank, you should wear that kind of dress, right? That is the thing you should maintain. So you can't wear your normal outfit. You should maintain the same outfit in that organization. That is the socialization, right? You should make yourself towards the organization. You can't break the rules, right? Have you understand what I am saying? Identity. Not only this is identity, there are certain other things. So one of the important thing is this color. Then the outfits, right? What else? So certain, if it is a restaurant, the restaurant they will be having certain kind of outfit for the waiters, the people working in the restaurant, right? Normally, the restaurant people they will be having certain color. If it is a cargoes related one, they will wear some red color outfit, red and yellow. If it is a keels, then they will wear some green color one. Apico, then blue one. Love, yellow one. Like that, they will maintain some identity of that organization. That is important to be an organization. So you should follow the things. Then intra and inter-organizational communication, right? So there are two words, intra and inter. These you may learn in the agronomy tool, right? Intra rows, inter rows, many things. This is a common word, right? Intra, inter. Intra means if there is a company, within the company. Inter means between company, within and between. That is the difference, right? Intra means what? Within the company. If it is the University of Jaffna, within University of Jaffna, then it is intra. Between two University of Jaffna and University of Maunia, then it is inter. Normally, you will be having some games or matches, right? Inter-university or inter-faculty means if it is Faculty of Agriculture and Faculty of Science, then it is inter, right? Inter-university. Intra means within Faculty of Agriculture. That means within the particular organization. So that is these two kind of communication. Intra and inter-organizational communication. Intra means organizational communication take place within the organization. If it is within the Faculty of Agriculture, there are some departments, there are some certain computer units like that. Intra organizational communication. If it is a bank, then the people who are working inside that bank, if it is a commercial bank. Then inter-organizations mean between two banks, commercial bank and land bank like that. Inter-organizational means organizational communication takes place among organization, between two organizations. The two words here within and here between. Within organization is intra, between organization is inter, right? These are the two kind of organizational communication in here, right? Intra and inter. Then there are other two types, formal and informal communication. What is this formal communication and informal? Can you tell me? Not with the organization. Tell me just from an example. Formal and informal. What is this formal and informal?
Formal mean official.
Hmm?
Informal means not official.
Yes. So formal means normally official or for any organization. That is different. And informal means normally other than the official, you can say, right? So these are two kind of things. Formal communication is limited to the official organizational structure or official channels, right? So you should follow some official channel. So if you want to contact, say for example, if you are a student, you are absent for the examination, right? Absent for the final examination. What is the next step you have to do? What will be you do in order to write the repeat examination? How can you communicate or whom you will communicate? You know, right? Many of you have done these things. What will you do? If it is a formal one, yes. Yeah, requesting letter or handover letter to the HOD. So if you are absent for the examination, formal thing, what will you do? You will write a formal letter and you will hand over to the HOD. And if it is informal, you will inform, right, that I am absent and you should inform, right? So those are formal and informal. So if you need some say if there is a development activity you need in your area like electricity or if there is any other services, you should write a formal letter to the authority, right? You should write a formal letter. Then only they will approve and they will provide the service. So formal is that one. Informal means that you are just talking or you are just getting the things without any organizational or formal thing. Normally, formal communication is limited to the official organizational structure or official channel. Formal communication is greatly influenced by the hierarchical structure as reflected by the organizational chart, job description, rules, and regulations. So here you know that formal communication is greatly influenced. What is this hierarchical structure? I explained in the last class too. I think in the physical practical I have tell about the hierarchical structure. So every organization there is a hierarchical structure. So what about the university? What is the hierarchical structure? From which start from the hierarchical structure? From where it is starting? Starting from?
Chancellor, then Vice Chancellor.
Yes, chancellor, vice chancellor. Then after that there is a faculty. So we can consider academic, right? Academic faculty. Who is the responsible one? Dean. Then there are some departments. Then
Head of the department.
HOD.
head of the department, and after that there are temporary staff, other staff, right? This is academic thing only I'm still. So this is a hierarchical order. Likewise, if there is another organization like agriculture, also I have explained about the agriculture Department of Agriculture last time, right? So these are hierarchical order. So the communication is influenced by that. So if you need something from, if you are a student, you need something, you have the right to write the HOD or dean only directly. Directly you can write a letter or contact it. If you need to contact the vice chancellor, what you have to do? You have to write a letter through whom?
Dean.
Yeah, through HOD, then through dean, through vice chancellor. Likewise, it is affected by hierarchical. You can't directly write a letter to vice chancellor. So likewise, in an organization also, if you are an agriculture extension officer, you should write a letter to your direct higher officer. Then after that will be passing to the main higher officer, to the higher one in the hierarchy. So likewise, you should follow some norms in the organization, right? Another thing is there is a representative in your in every batches. So if you need to, if you need anything from doubts or from the lecturers, what will you do? You will convey the message to your representative. Your representative will again contacting with the particular lecturer, and they will contact the they will convey that message, right? So this is how the organizational structure, and it depends on the job description. So everybody have a different job role. So according to that only you will contact, and some rules and regulations there in the organization. If you contact for this problem, you should contact this one. Likewise, there are certain rules and regulations. So you should follow in the formal communication. But in the informal communication, you don't need to contact, you don't need to follow these kind of rules, right? You have 9 o'clock lectures. Yes?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So informal communication means this is a kind of grapevine. Grapevine means, grape is a wine. Wine means, the wine, right? Normally, that is not a plant. Wine means you will be having certain branches, then that is going anywhere else. Like our wines, how can I say? Normally, the jasmine, those are growing as wines, right? Pepper, beetle, those are wines, right? So you can contact anybody. You don't need to wait for the order of the organization. You can contact anybody. That is informal communication. So any communication not restricted by the organization is the informal organization. And informal communication is more spontaneous and therefore more satisfying, more informative, and considering censored type of information, and more rapid than the official channel. So informally, sometimes you can contact informally, that is a spontaneous and more satisfying. If you need to contact the vice chancellor, if you are contacting directly, calling to him and talking to him is some kind of satisfying. But there is a rule, you should contact through the HOD or through the dean only, right? That is the formal one. Informally, you can contact and you will get the real situation sometimes, right? And more rapid than other official channel. But the possibility of false rumors be transmitted and also accountability is low. False rumors means sometimes false information may spread, right? Like that high officer said like this, like that. So we don't believe. If it is an order of communication, then we can sure about the things, right? So I will stop here. We can continue by later, right? So it's almost 9 o'clock. We can continue later. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.